Hi, welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Dr. Ghosh, and as I had committed in my previous video, where I had introduced Queen Mary of Scotland to you, I have come to you with the very next episode about another very transformational and inspirational queen, Queen Cleopatra of England. I'll be sharing more about Queen Cleopatra of England shortly on the video, but before that, I'd like to request you to kindly subscribe to the channel Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. This channel is my attempt to transform the thinking patterns of the present and coming generations to live by the eternal human principles. Today, we have got 975 transformationists who have joined our channel. If you have not yet joined our transformational journey, I request you, please subscribe to the channel and share and like these videos. Encourage your friends and family to join the channel. Now, coming to our inspirational queen, Cleopatra of Egypt, queen of Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC. She ruled for 21 years and was the last ruler of her dynasty. She was a descendant of the founder of the dynasty, Ptolemy Sator, who was a Macedonian Greek general of Alexander the Great. Her native language was Koine Greek, and she was perhaps the only ruler who spoke the Egyptian language. She also spoke a dozen other languages and was trained in mathematics, philosophy, oratory, and astronomy. She was born in early 69 BC in Alexandria in the Ptolemaic kingdom. Her father was Ptolemy XII or Lestes. Mother presumably was Cleopatra V Tryphena. 58 BC, she accompanied her father Ptolemy XII in exile to Rome after a revolt in Egypt, which was then a Roman client state. This came about as her rival sister Bernice IV laid a claim to the throne. Berenice IV was killed in 51 BC after Ptolemy, her father, returned to Egypt along with her with Roman military to support his claim. When he died shortly afterwards, Cleopatra shared the throne with her brother Ptolemy XIII. They had a fallout which led to civil war. 48 BC was the Battle of Pharsalus in Greece. Against his rival Julius Caesar, the Roman statesman Pompey fled to Egypt. Pompey politically allied himself with Ptolemy XIII, Cleopatra's brother, who had, on the urging of his court eunuchs, had Pompey ambushed and killed before Caesar arrived in Alexandria. Caesar tried to reconcile the fighting siblings, and both siblings, Ptolemy XIII and Cleopatra, tried to influence Caesar. Here lies a very famous story of a love affair of history, a famous love affair. Cleopatra had herself wrapped in a golden carpet and went into Caesar's palace wrapped in the golden carpet. When Caesar, when the carpet was presented to Caesar and unrolled, Cleopatra rose, dressed there in all her finery. Julius Caesar fell in love with her and started siding with Cleopatra over her brother Ptolemy XIII. Ptolemy XIII, understanding that the tables were turning against him, attacked Cleopatra and Julius Caesar in their palace in Alexandria. This siege was lifted by the arrival of Roman military reinforcements. Her brother Ptolemy XIII died in 47 BC in the Battle of the Nile. Another half sister, Arsenia IV, was exiled to Ephesus for her role in the battle, siding with her brother. Cleopatra became a very powerful queen. Caesar declared Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy XIV joint rulers, and Caesar and Cleopatra had a son known as Caesarion. Cleopatra traveled to Rome in 46 BC and stayed there till 44 BC. She stayed in Caesar's villa as a client queen. Much tongue wagged about this, but Julius Caesar continued with his love affair with Cleopatra. After Julius Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra went back and had her brother assassinated. Ptolemy XIV was killed by Cleopatra. She named her son Caesarion, son of Julius Caesar, as the co-ruler and named him Ptolemy XV. In the Liberators' civil war between 43 and 42 BC, Cleopatra sided with the Roman Second Tribunate, which consisted of Caesar's grandnephew and heir Octavian and Mark Antony and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus. In a meeting with Mark Antony in Tarsus Palace, Cleopatra had an affair with Mark Antony. He carried out her instructions totally under her influence and assassinated her half sister Arnes, who was already in exile. He also became dependent on Cleopatra for political influence and funding for all his battles and invasion of the Parthian Empire and the Kingdom of Armenia. Cleopatra and Mark Antony had three children: Alexander Helios, Cleopatra Selene II, and Ptolemy Philadelphus. All three went on to rule various kingdoms captured by Mark Antony. The love affair led to the divorce of Mark Antony from the sister of Octavian, who was Caesar's grandnephew and heir to the Roman Empire. This led to the final war of the Roman Republic. Octavian strategy and propaganda ensured that all of Mark's allies had to flee the Roman Senate in 32 BC, and Octavian, the grandnephew of Julius Caesar and heir of the Roman Empire, declared war on Mark Antony and Cleopatra. In the Battle of Actium, Octavian won and Mark Antony committed suicide. Shortly thereafter, knowing that Mark Antony will have her humiliated in public and take over the Egyptian empire, Cleopatra is said to have got herself bitten by an asp, which is an Egyptian cobra, very poisonous. Some say that she committed suicide by poisoning herself. Whatever it may be, she met her maker on 10th August 30th BC. Queen Cleopatra, who strategy and far thinking ensured she had the total control of the Egyptian empire. She had two love affairs, one with Julius Caesar, which extended her power, and second with another Roman, Mark Antony, which consolidated her power. A far thinking queen who ensured that all her actions led to her consolidation of her power and the strengthening of her kingdom of Egypt. History remembers her as a seductress, but that's not what I think of Cleopatra. I think she was a queen, far sighted queen, who, despite being a client state of the Roman Empire, ensured that she had independent powers and control over the state of Egypt, her kingdom of Egypt. She got rid of three of her siblings to consolidate her power and used her beauty to gain control over Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, the two Roman rulers, and thus consolidated her power over the kingdom of Egypt. A queen who will forever go down in history as one of the most powerful queens of Egypt. Friends, I am sure you enjoy these videos which I bring for you, transformational videos, motivational videos, and that you will also share and like these videos. I request you to join a family of subscribers and become a transformationist in generous, gracious, and gallant family. I will be back soon with another very transformational video. Till we meet again, good luck, all the best, stay safe.